Hi guys. It is hot here. I hope you are staying cool wherever you are. And it's a great time to do some arts and crafts because you can be still, you can put a fan on yourself. Today's arts and craft won't actually even blow away if you put a fan on you. So we're going to be making tab bracelets. And the materials you're going to need, a piece of, what is this, ribbon. And you need to be able to wrap that ribbon 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times around your wrist. Okay? And then give that a nice cut. The other thing you're going to need is between 20 and 28 tabs for your bracelet. And I have laid them out nicely on the table over here. Let's get started. One safety feature I would suggest before getting started, making sure you don't have sharp pieces right on the edges of your tabs. If you still have these little tiny pieces in the middle, you can push that back and forth with your finger or grab a pair of pliers or even get a butter knife and wiggle it back and forth enough, that little piece will easily just pop right off, okay? With those little pieces of metal, don't let them drop in the carpet. They don't feel good to step on, and especially if you have little siblings at home, make sure that they don't get swallowed by them. Okay, it is easier if you clip on 2 safety pins. Yeah, on the ends of these, but if you do not have them, you can just use the ends. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the bottom side up, and I'm gonna run one through each, one through the top, one through the bottom, and I'm gonna leave a loop at the end. This is gonna help us tie. So I have a loop right through this side. I've run the thread through both of these. The loop's going to be left for tying. And then I'm just going to flip these pieces right over on top of the loop. So they're all matched up, all on one side. Then I pop my lovely tab on top, and I'm going to go right down through both of these. So I'm going to pop them down through both. Line them up. 1. Make sure the top goes through the top and the bottom goes through the bottom. 2. Smaller thread is easier. Ribbon is easier, but it's slipperier. Okay, so now it should look something like this. I was saying that it's easier to lock it in when it's a thicker ribbon and more challenging with a thin, but it's easier to thread with a thin. If you don't have a clothespin, safety pin, I would use the thinner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the tab upside down so the sharp part's up, through the new, through the old, leave it, through the new tab, old tab, pull it through, and pull it over. So see how it's sort of starting to get a weaving type feel. They're getting locked together just like that. Do another one. This time I'm flipping it down. Oh, another sharp part here. Pull that right off. It's been so hot here, guys, that it's been too hot to stand down by the water and swim. That's pretty hot. So we swim and then we hide inside. I hope you are staying cool wherever you are. Remember, bracelet making is a good, cool activity when you're super hot, just like at special sessions where you want to hide and have popsicles and make bracelets. When it's really, really hot out, it's a good idea to do at home. So I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to show you real quick with the other ribbon. If it gets bunched up, that's okay. Just untwist it underneath. Then you'll get it flat again. There we go. But do it as you're going. If it's still bunched up as you go, it's harder to get out. So I'm going to do this pink one. So I'm going to line up here. I'm going to go down through the new. Ouch. Forgot this one. Sometimes they're sharp, so please be careful. Don't cut your fingers. I would be really sad if you cut your fingers. So I am going down through this one. So I'm taking it. I went through the top one. I'm going through the bottom one now. It gets bunched up comparatively, but it gets very well locked on here. So I would probably choose, if I get to pick again, I would find a piece of ribbon that's somewhere between the thickness of this one, which is probably about my nail bed's width. And I would probably get something about half this size. So I'm going to go down through the new one, down through the old one, down through the new one, down through the old one, and I'm going to just keep doing this all the way across. And then I can use the ends to tie it together. So again, I was saying it's easier with the thinner ribbon once you've started. Beginning is trickier because it's slippery. So you may need an extra friend to hold it for you, but that's going to stay. And it depends. Do you want the thicker ribbon through, or do you like the look of the thinner? So again, smooth side up, laying it on top, poking my top thread through the top of my new one, through the old one. Same thing on the bottom, through the new one. Hey, slippery ribbon, through the old one. I had lots of seltzer tabs, guys, because it's been so hot. We've been going through seltzer like it's nobody's business. But you might ask your parents what they have available. You may have to save up for a couple weeks for 20 tabs. I don't know. It depends on how many people are in your house and how many people drink seltzer or other beverages, sodas, etc. There are other colored tabs. I actually ended up with one gold one, and so I was kind of excited about that, but I don't know if I really want to add that in with how pretty this is. So I'm just going back and forth like this, flipping it over, putting this on top. And I don't really care if they're the same direction or not. That is up to you. It's an aesthetic thing. If it's something you're worried about, line them all up ahead of time. Put the same direction tabs in line with each other so you know, so it's easy to pull through. So you can see I'm getting them pretty quickly through now. Everything's locked up. The only part with the skinnier ribbon that's more tricky, more challenging is right at the beginning, okay? So this is, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more tabs on this to be 20. And obviously, if it's already big enough for you to fit around your wrist, then just stop. Otherwise, keep going. Notice on this one, I did not pull it through, and so it has a big loop. There you go. So I'm flipping it over again. Okay, so I actually have 18 here, and I think it's almost big enough because I do not want it to fit completely together. So what am I ending here? I have these loops on the bottom. I just added this one. So I'm just going to actually go up through these to lock it in. So I pull it up through. That's pretty locked in. Up through, lock it in. And then you can just go ahead and tie a knot through with this one. So I can take it and I can tie these two into a knot. I want to leave enough ribbon that I can take it on and off. So you might need to ask a family member to do that with you. Or you can add more tabs. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to tie it on Max's so we can see. Hold on. So I have Max, and I'm going to use her wrist to tie it on because it's hard to tie on my own. I have my bracelet. I'm going to take it underneath her wrist like this. And I have extra string on both sides. So I can just take it and make a nice little loop with both. If you want to be able to take it on and off, you can just tie a basic knot. And voila. Don't cut your ribbons too close. If you cut them too close, they'll untie. If you want to add an extra knot, go ahead. I'm just doing that first step of tying my shoe 2 times, and that will lock it on. And then Max has this really nice bracelet. Make sure that you have taken off all your shiny things, all your extra pieces, so that it won't cut you. Can you take this off like this? Can you put your hand like this? Is that scratchy? Or is it okay? Okay. So hers can come on and off. It's fit together like this, and eventually we will cut this off probably to here. Okay. Other options, you can loop it through. You can take your 2 strings like this, Mexican wrist again. Other option, you put it like this. If you don't want it all the way around, you can loop it right through these like that, and you can tie it off there. So that's just a little bit of a bracelet, right? That's not the whole thing. And then I would tie these right here. I'd loop it back through. Excuse me. Loop it back through. So make a loop and then pull. And that way it might be easier for you to get on and off. It's up to you, okay? All right. So we're happy that you're making arts and crafts and that you're staying cool. Do you have anything to say to them?
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye. Hope you have fun making them.